Hello, my beautiful Glowmates, and welcome back to Elevate Your Glow, where we talk all things feminine energy. So today, I just wanted to talk about intimacy and how I believe that we all should have an intimate relationship with ourselves. And I believe that this relationship should come, before any other relationships. I feel like the best teacher of intimacy for yourself is you. And if you have a good grasp on what you like, who you are, and what are your desires, then it wouldn't be anyone else's responsibility. So you have that. So in turn, that will automatically, eliminate any problems going forward when it comes to, getting intimacy from a relationship or from anyone else, because you actually have an intimate relationship with yourself and you know how to, in so many words, satisfy yourself. Okay? So the first thing that I wanted to talk about concerning intimacy is just, firstly, for me, intimacy is just vulnerability. And vulnerability is something that is really important, for you to even learn about, whether it's love or intimacy. Any type of emotions, you have to feel them. And for you to feel them, you have to be vulnerable. Okay? And being vulnerable, especially for yourself, I believe that's very intimate. I feel like a lot of people don't really sit down, and be vulnerable, not only for, someone else, but actually for yourselves, for yourself. And it's like, are you honest with yourself? Like, do you really look at the bigger picture when things, the bigger picture with your life? Like, are you actually honest with yourself? Because vulnerability is stripping down, take away everything, and stripping down to the core of who you are. And do you know her? Do you know what your deepest desires are? Like, do you actually know yourself? And I believe to get some type of intimacy with yourself is to get to know yourself and be vulnerable with yourself, okay? And just vulnerability, that is a form of intimacy, and especially with yourself. And I'm going to, kind of press on that, the fact of having an intimate relationship with yourself, because I feel like we're not told how important that is. Because it's just like, how can you expect someone to love you a certain type of way, or, when you're not sure of what you actually want? So you have to get down to the deep depths of yourself. And I feel like starting off something simple of, building an intimate relationship with yourself is kind of think about things like what makes you happy, what makes you feel sexy, what makes you feel vulnerable, what are your insecurities? Expose those insecurities to yourself. And a way that you can do that is, say, like, if one of your insecurities is something that's on your body, well, strip down. Okay, it sounds insane, but it actually will work. It worked for me. You know, you can be vulnerable with yourself. Excuse me. You can be vulnerable with yourself. Go in the mirror, dress super sexy, something that you wouldn't wear out, and listen to a sexy song and dance. Look at yourself, you know, accept yourself, know yourself. Look at every piece of your body. Look at every piece of yourself. Look in the mirror. Look into your eyes. Talk to yourself. Ask her, who is she? What do you want? You know? And just kind of learn who you are and take that time. Now, if that's a little bit too much for you, you know, you can start off with journaling. Journaling is another intimate thing to do with yourself, you know. And it's another thing that's vulnerable, because you're able to put your feelings in words, and you're able to, you know, you're able to see them and understand them. So make sure you be honest with yourself, like how you're feeling, because I feel like a lot of us, we kind of, you know, exaggerate things about ourselves, or we kind of play up things, but, you know, for other people, but sometimes that seeps into our relationship with ourselves, and we're not even truly honest with ourselves, you know. So being vulnerable with yourself is very important, and it's key. Be honest, be truthful with yourself. Okay. Another intimate thing that you can do is meditate. You know, sit in the quiet, be with yourself. Be with yourself. Okay. Learn yourself. Learn your thoughts. Or sometimes just be still, and the answers will come to you. You can meditate and be still, and you can learn a lot about who you are, and really touch down to the core. Ask yourself questions. Ask yourself the questions, you know, that you want to know. Ask yourself, how are we going to get there? What knowledge do we have from the experiences that we live that can take us to the next level, that can take us where we are looking to go? Okay? Get real with yourself. Dig deep. You know? And also, with having a relationship with yourself, an intimate relationship with yourself, I feel like it's also important to tell yourself how much you love yourself. So things like love letters, write love letters to yourself. Like, really find out what you love about the person that you are, and that requires you, again, to dig deep. It sounds crazy, but it's like, why give all the love outside when you're a person too, and you are your person? If anybody's going to look out for you, it's you. So show her love. Tell her how much you love her. Okay? And what you love about yourself. It's nothing wrong with that. You know? I do it all the time. Sometimes I leave love letters inside of my drawer, you know, on the mirror, and I randomly see it. So say, like, if I'm having a bad day and, you know, I'm full of self-doubt, or, you know, I'm second guessing myself, who I am, I'll have those reminders that are not from someone else, but from me, to remind me who I am. Okay, so that's very important. And then again, you know, things like taking care of yourself, eating healthy, exercising, but also treating yourself. Travel, dates, do it solo. Get to know you. I know it's awkward. We might feel like it's awkward, but I feel like we should be treating ourselves like queens and goddesses. It should never feel awkward to, you know, to flood yourself with love. Because some of us are out here looking and searching for that from someone else, when we can provide ourselves the love that we want, because we know what we want. Okay? So again, just, dig deep. Get intimate with yourself. Learn to be vulnerable with yourself. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself questions. And that woman and that feminine divine energy that is inside of you will talk back to you. She will guide you. She will give you answers. Okay? You just have to, hone the skill of what makes your inner feminine goddess, speak. So again, that requires vulnerability. It requires patience from yourself. It requires grace for yourself. It requires you to know that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of intimacy. You are worthy to feel like you're somebody and you're someone special, and to feel loved. So really building that relationship with yourself is vital, because once you got that down pat, everything else will fall into place. You'll be able to assert yourself, in every relationship that you have, because you know you, and no one else can tell you how you should be, what you should do. Nobody can tell you anything, because you are so sure and so confident, because you and you are tight. Okay? So I really hope that this message resonated with you guys. If you have any questions, or if you want to go ahead and engage in a conversation, just leave me a comment. So again, just love yourselves, love on yourself. It's nothing wrong with that. It's not vain. It's none of that. It's necessary. It's a requirement. Okay? It's a requirement, especially if you're trying to learn your feminine self. Yes, so I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you all. Don't forget to comment, subscribe. You can share and, spread the knowledge. And again, I love you. Bye.